Okay, the midpoint formula technique where you use the 4 midpoint rectangles. This can get a little bit tricky, and here's one technique to make it not so tricky. I actually showed the graph right there to kind of help with the visuals. So we're going from 0 to 4, but notice I'm going to put the 0 to 4 out here because we need to find the midpoint. So between 0 and 1, those are the values we're going to plug into the calculator. Between 1 and 2 is 1.5. Between 2 and 3 is 2.5. And between 3 and 4 is 3.5. Those are the values that you plug into that function to get the height. And I'm not going to plug those in right there, but each of those widths are still the height. So you're going to say the area approximates from 0 to 4, x squared subtract 2x plus 2, all in parentheses times dx. And then remember, it's going to be 0.5. It'll be whatever this height is. That's the height. Let's say height times base. Height times base. Well, all the bases are 1. So when you get this value, when you multiply it, and then we're just going to keep adding those up, this total value right here will be that value right there. So that's how you do the midpoint one. Let's do a trapezoid one. So the trapezoid one, tricky, but what's cool about the trapezoid one is you can get really, really close because look there's a trapezoid right there. So this would be the height of a trapezoid. So all of the heights are 1. This is going to be base 1, and this will be base 2. So here's the tricky part. We're going to go from -2, so -1, 0, 1, and 2. So the tricky part will be when you plug -2 into this function, for the first trapezoid, this will be base 1, and then this will be base 2. And then for the second trapezoid, this now is base 1, this is base 2. So each base 2 for the next trapezoid, it's base 1. And then the trapezoid formula is, area of a trapezoid is 1/2 the height times base 1 plus base 2. All right, so for this first trapezoid, right here, you're going to have, this is really weird because this 1 then also goes to this function right here. There's your 4 trapezoids, right? So it's this base 1 plus this base 2, and then this base 1 plus this base 2, this base 1, and then there we go. So when you plug -2 in there, you're going to get -4/2, which is -2, subtract -2, which is +2. Well, those zero out, so you get, for base 1, you can kind of look at this, you get a height of 5. And then when you plug -1 in there, -1 squared is 1, so that's -1/2, subtract -1, just plus 1, -1 plus 1 is +1/2 plus 5. So now we're at 5.5. So there's your base 1 and base 2 for the first trapezoid. So for the first trapezoid, you have the area is 1/2 the height, 1/2 the height, all of the heights. Remember, these are the heights now. All of the heights are 1, and then base 1 plus base 2 is 10.5. So 1/2 of 10.5. So 1/2 of 10.5 is the first area. All right. Then we know what negative 1.1 is. It's 5.5. And then we plug 0 in and we get 5. So that's 10.5 again. So it's 1/2 times 1. 5.5 plus 5 is 10.5. All right. Now we plug 0 in again, we get 5. And now we're going to plug 1 in. Well, now we have negative 1/2, subtract 1. Well, that's negative 3/2, because negative 1 is 2 over 2. Well, that's negative 1.5 plus 5, so that's 3.5. So now you have, for the third one, it's 1/2 times 1. 5 plus 3.5 is 8.5. And then, so now we have 3.5 again. And then we plug 2 in there. So now we have negative 4 over 2, which is negative 2. Subtract 2, which is negative 4, plus 5. So we're at a height of 1. So for the final trapezoid, we have 1/2 times the height times 3.5 plus 1, which is 4.5. And then this plus this plus this plus this area approximates from negative 2 to 2. Negative 1/2 x squared over 2, subtract x plus 5 dx approximates whatever all of those add up to goes right there. And we'll practice these in class, but that's the gist of the trapezoid and the midpoint. All right, that's it.